today? Tuesday, July 6th, something like that. Headed to go get our passports. I haven't had a passport since I was like 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we lived in England. And then we're gonna go get our passports. The load to Denver will be ready from Thursday forward. So I currently have the board set to look for that. And then I still have to wait on, well, I don't have to wait, the ball joint for the truck that I have to replace. What else is going on? We're gonna go see Dad. Dad's been primering his car, so I'm gonna swing by and take a look at that. What else? That's it. All right, let's go get this passport. I hope we got all our paperwork. We're gonna go back to Lita's motherland. Go see some of her family, huh?
No.
No? No, not really. Me too. Well, we went and got our passports done. It was $322.
Yeah.
$322. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But
He was confused on mine because it's in Spanish.
yeah, her birth certificate is in Spanish. Hers says born abroad because she was not born in the United States. She was born in Colombia, where we get our coffee from. Right?
Yeah.
We're at Dad's now. I want to show you guys an update on the car. Oh no, look at all the primer he got all over the garage. Wow, that looks really good though. Look at that. That's the epoxy primer coat. And then we'll come back with the normal primer coat. As you can see, we've got some body work and stuff that we need to get done on this. Wow, that really shows off some dents. Looks good though. I'm glad he did the whole inside and out. That looks really good.
Yeah, it does. I can't believe it.
He'd already epoxy primered all this and then painted it. So that's the finished color for inside with the engine, obviously. And then we're going to make all that color match to whatever color he goes with. There's his doors. Been here. All right, guys, it is Wednesday afternoon. So I have that load going back to Denver, Colorado that other guy gave me that one time. His name's Thomas. Super awesome guy. We have it again. He was thinking that it might not be ready till Monday. So I've been working around the yard. I've been cutting these trees down because they've been touching the roof. But it's been raining the entire time I've been home, so I haven't gotten that much done. But I've been looking on the boards, looking for something, and it looked like I was going to have to deadhead up there again, which I still might have to. But I found a Bobcat picking up in Albany, Georgia, which is just north of here, going to North Carolina, which will put me close. The pickup is in Charlotte, North Carolina, and they had $1,050 for the rate for like 400 miles. And called him up. He's like, "Great, yep, it's yours." Then he calls me back a little bit ago. That's a giant horsefly. Look at that thing. Look how big that horsefly is. Come here. Oh, it flew away. Anyways, he said he went to his customer, said he found a hot shot for the load. Customer's like, "I refuse to pay that much money for a hot shot. Blah, blah, blah. Because I'm a hot shot, they want to pay less." And like I told the guy, why does he care? As long as it gets there, why does he care? If I can haul it in a minivan, why? Why does it matter? Anyways, it went from $10.50 to $800, which is still almost $2 a mile. Basically $2 a mile. I don't know. That's just disheartening. He said the shipper knows that hot shots were willing to work cheaper, So he's not willing to pay a premium rate for a hot shot. So that's kind of sad. I mean, I could stomp my feet and refuse the load, or I can just take it and go get our Colorado load and make some money along the way, you know. Like I said, it's still $800 for 400 miles. I've got about 60 miles of deadhead, so it won't be quite $2 a mile, but if you don't count your deadhead, then it would be $2 a mile. Anyways, that's what we're dealing with. Just went and got my hair cut. Woo, sexy. We're gonna hit the road. All right, so I've been sitting around waiting, and I'm like, you know, this guy hasn't sent me a rate con or anything. And I call him up. I'm like, hey man, you know, is this gonna happen? Then he's like, well, they want me to get rid of this other load before I can give this one away. I'm like, how does that make any sense? What does the other load have anything to do with this load? So he's like, give me 20 minutes, I'll call you back. So now it is 1:30. I'm probably a little over an hour to Albany. So I don't know, if he doesn't hurry up, this probably isn't happening. Is that my bathroom bag? So it's probably not gonna happen. And I'll be deadheading to Charlotte, North Carolina, which would suck. I'd rather have something to go up there, but I don't know, what can you do? Trying to stay positive, but I don't know. Let's see. Hi babies.
Hi.
I love you. All right, so I guess as you can see, Lita's not coming this trip because there's a lot that we have to get taken care of. I got Fat Butts with me, or Nula. Huh, Fat Butts? So the load that I thought I would have going up to Charlotte from Albany, like I said, it started out on the board at 1050. And then when I called in and said I would take it, he said, okay, the load's yours. Called me back about 30 minutes later and said that the shipper wasn't happy with that price for a hot shotter. So I was like, okay, I don't know why that matters. If he needs this Bobcat, because it was a Bobcat, if he needs this Bobcat, why does it matter what I bring it to him in? If I have a minivan that can bring it to him, why does he even care? Why does it matter? He said the best he could do was 800. And it was 400, it was like 400 something miles. I wasn't happy about it, but I was like, fine, I'll still take it at 800. He said, all right, give me a little bit and I'll get you the rate con. I was like, all right. So I'm sitting around, and then I call him back, and then he starts talking about, well, they want me to get rid of this other load first before we get rid of this load. I'm like, how does that make any sense? That doesn't make any sense. You have a Bobcat that you need moved. What does any other load have to do with it? And then I hung up the phone with him and I look on the load board and it's posted for 700. So I call him back. I'm like, hey man, what's going on? He's like, yeah, I can't do 800. 800 is all I have in it. I'm like, what are you talking about? You just had it posted for 1050 and you said you had to knock it down because the guy wasn't happy that it was going to be a hot shotter for $1,000. He's like, sorry man, I can't do 800. All I can do is 700. I was like, nah, never mind. Hung up the phone and it came off the load board. So basically, again, he used me as that buffer to guarantee. Dang it, I left my jug of death in the back of the GMC. Whoops. Anyways, he used me as the buffer, or as the guaranteed load. Now, had somebody not have called in for the 700, I would be pulling that thing for $800 right now. So, let me see what their name is, because I want to put them on blast. On top of that, my factoring company wouldn't touch them because they were so new. So this is how they start out their new MC. And this is what companies do. They'll completely trash their name, and because it's so easy to get a broker bond, they'll just close their other one and open up another one. Priority U, the letter U, Logistics LLC. And the guy's name was Al Cook. So, fuck you, Al Cook. Shove it up your ass. So now I get to Deadhead all the way to Charlotte, which is 407 miles. Oh well. It is what it is, I guess. What can you do? We just stopped in South Carolina at a Shell station to fuel up. We've been here before. I've got some footage from this fuel station a long time ago. But I decided to weigh myself empty, full tanks, just to see what I'm at. I forgot to screenshot it. That's the bad thing about using that app, that if you accidentally exit out of it, it doesn't keep track. It doesn't keep track of your weigh tickets. You have to either screenshot them or go in. But we're at 17,420 empty now. The only thing I can think that we've added since probably that, I went back and looked at an old video, and it was when we first got the Southern trailer with full tanks, we were at 16,940. So we've added like 500 pounds, which would be like, so I've added 2 more chains and 2 more binders since then. We've added that winch. I've got that blue tarp now. And we have the generator and the AC on here now. So now in order for me to do a 9,000 pound load, technically, I would have to run without my fuel tank. I'd have to run it empty. So, I mean, it's good to know. I would love to try to shed some weight off of this thing somehow. I mean, my dog's probably 75 pounds maybe. Of course, I had my son in the truck when I went and weighed this trailer when I first got it, to simulate Lita being in the truck if she was ever on the truck. So, I don't know. I've probably gotten fat too. So that's probably most of the weight there. But we're done fueling up, so I've got to sit here and do my 30 because I end up going into Walmart. And again, instead of just waiting there for another minute or two, stupid me, let the truck start rolling. And it started my clock. So instead of me doing my 30, because I stopped by Walmart, I had to get oil because I got to change the oil in the truck. And I got Nuala a bone to chew on that she's obviously interested in chewing on that bone because all she does is sleep. But I don't know. I find that pretty wild that we've put on that much weight. That's why I'm super picky about putting stuff on here. I want to say we had our microwave and stuff back then too, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't know. The plan is to get there tonight and to sleep behind the building. So that's the plan. Hopefully it's not too dark. I'll talk to you guys when we get there.